Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day today. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the PUR 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer. I got this from my Boxycharm base box for the month of January, and I really wanted to go ahead and try it out, which is why my face is so bare. But anyway, if you want to see how it performs, then definitely keep on watching. Okay guys, so according to the description, this right here is a multi-purpose, all-in-one, broad spectrum SPF 20 moisturizer, primer, foundation, and broad spectrum SPF protector. And it says that's an effortless beauty routine must have for an ultra natural looking complexion. Sounds nice. According to the instructions, it says to smooth a small amount onto clean skin and blend for desired coverage. So everything that it offers sounds really nice. I think this is really great. If it works, will be great for days where I want more of a lighter coverage. And also I struggle a lot with extremely dry skin, and there are some days that foundation, no matter what foundation it is, just will not stay on my skin and will get very flaky. So if this works and it moisturizes but also covers up a little bit, I'm definitely down to try it for days where foundations just don't work out. But let's go ahead and try it. So I am going to go ahead and moisturize my skin, and I'm using the Glamglow Moisture Trip Omega Rich Moisturizer. I also got this from Boxycharm months ago, but I'm going to use this to moisturize just because I am not skipping that step. Even though it says moisturizer, my skin is way too dry for me to skip that. Okay, so I did get the shade TN5. And I'm just going to go with my hands first. I don't know if this is going to match me, but that looks cool. I don't know. It might work. Let's try it out. Since this is supposed to be like a moisturizer, I do want to apply it with my hands. And it is definitely like tinted. You can tell it's tinted. One of the things that kind of make me skeptical about products that claim to do so many things, is that it won't. Like, one of the things that it claims to do will be lacking, like especially like how tinted it is, which I do want some coverage. Even though I want lighter coverage, if I buy a tinted moisturizer, it's because I want some sort of coverage. Okay, let me look in the mirror to make sure that I'm applying this correctly. Okay. And right off the bat, I do like it. I need to even out my application, but where I've applied it so far, it doesn't feel like it's breaking apart. It's definitely tinted. So I'm just gonna go ahead and even out my application. But so far, I really like it because it went on really smooth. And I feel like it's covering up a lot more than I expected it to. When I read tinted moisturizer, to me that's like 0.2 coverage. I don't know what that means. But I do like it, and even my favorite foundations, like even if they apply nicely, I can kind of see where they almost want to break apart on my dry skin. And it's not doing that. And I do plan on doing my regular like foundation routine. All I'm going to switch out is, like, I didn't use a primer. I only used my moisturizer, and I don't plan on doing another foundation, but I do want to use my powder. Like, just use this like a regular foundation, because again, I want to use it for days where my skin is extremely dry. But I do want to show you what it looks like without anything else on. But for today, I do want to use the regular makeup that I will use, because I think I want to use this for my dry skin days. But here's the coverage. I think it did a really good job, because I definitely applied it with a very light hand. I didn't go overboard, and I honestly do like the way it looks. I can see myself, like, if I'm in a rush, just applying this, maybe a little concealer. But I like it. I really do like the way my skin feels. It feels nice and moisturized, and number one thing, moisturized. There's tint, like there's, you know, it covered up. I feel like it evened out my skin, and I really do like it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows. I'm gonna go ahead and list all my products that I'm using today down below in case you're wondering, but I do have a very quick eyebrow tutorial video on my channel, and I'll list that down below as well in case you guys want to see that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of concealer, and I'm using my concealer from Rare Beauty, and I'm in the shade 270N, and I'm just gonna do just a little bit of concealer, not too much, just in my eye area, because when I go for like a light coverage, I don't need to conceal so much. I'm just using a beauty sponge. Okay, and I do like to set my concealer, and I'm using my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in the shade medium, and I'm just gonna set it really lightly, just because I want my under eye area to be a little brighter. It looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm just really going in with like there's nothing almost on here. I'm going very lightly so that I don't overdo it. I'm just sort of pressing it into the skin. My sponge is damp. I forgot to mention my sponge is damp. I totally rinsed it out, like there's no water in it, but it feels damp. And then since I have dry skin with the setting powder, it just helps to set it without drying it out. Okay, and I'm not gonna set my whole face with a setting powder since I'm going for a light look, but I have my like setting, this is my finishing powder. I have different finishing powders that I'll show you just in case you guys are wondering, because the finishing powder that I've been using the most is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Powder Foundation, and I'm in the shade 210. But this one is pretty pricey, so my favorite one that I always use, this is pretty new to me, but it has become my favorite, and I'm sure I'll repurchase it, but the one that I've bought for years is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Powder Foundation in the shade Warm. In the shade Warm W6 Sun Beige. And you can get this at the drugstore, it's a lot cheaper. And I usually use this all the time. So in case you want like a suggestion for a very affordable finishing powder, but I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty one, just because I've been using that lately and I just now want to change things up. And I'm going in with the fluffy blending brush. This brush is from Complex Culture, and I'm using this brush because I don't want like a whole layer of powder foundation on my skin. I'm using this as like a sheer finishing powder, just to kind of set things in and mattify whatever possible super sheer luminosity I have going on, because I like a matte look, but I have dry skin, so I can't use like super mattifying products. But this one I feel like it's not too matte, and the kind of brush that I'm using helps to not over apply powder. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm not even going in too much, like I swirl it once, and then I like to make sure that I focus on my redness areas, which is around here, my cheeks, closer to my nose. And I think for a light coverage day, that's really nice. That's a really good coverage, and I rarely went in with this powder. But I could get crazy with powder, but I'm gonna leave it there because we're going for light coverage and we're testing out that tinted moisturizer. But I do like how it looks, and I'm just gonna bronze a tiny little bit. Okay guys, so I went ahead and just used a little bit of bronzer. I'm using my Ace Beaute bronzer palette, Bronze in Paradise palette, and then this little Makeup Forever blush duo that I got from Boxycharm. It doesn't have a name, it just says Makeup Forever on it. And then for my highlight, I went not too crazy today. I just used Ofra NikkieTutorials highlighter in Glow Goals, sort of as a base. This is the way it looks, sorry about that. And then I always like to go in with my Milani Stellar Lights Rose Glow highlighter palette, and I use the shade Pearl right here, the like icy white shade. and this is how it looks. I really do like how this turned out so far. I'm gonna apply something on my eye. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm gonna be home. But I do like how my skin looks, and I do like how the tinted moisturizer reacted with the powders and all the different makeup products that I use. I always like to see how products apply on top of complexion products, but I do like it so far. Okay guys, so I've worn this moisturizer, this tinted moisturizer, for I want to say about 5 hours now, and I really do like how it performs so far. I like how my skin looks. I don't see any breaking of it, and it performed really nice. So I think I'm totally gonna go ahead and keep using this, because right now I'm going through a very dry skin spell, and I think that this is really gonna come in handy for me. I didn't see anything negative with it. Of course, if I do over time, I'll update you guys in a future video, but I think that this definitely could replace your full coverage foundation for when you need a more lighter coverage look. And it really did perform nicely. And even on days where I want more of a full coverage look, I could totally use this first and then just going with my powder foundation, one of my powder foundations, just to finish off the look, just because I love how this applied and how moisturizing it is to the skin. So I think that is really, really nice, and I totally recommend it. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye guys.